Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be changing the oil in my wife's Dodge Durango. It's a 4.7 liter V8. It's an '06. It's fairly old, but we've kept it up pretty good, and it's only got about 150,000 miles on it. We took it on vacation this summer. It ran flawless. It's been a good little truck. I can't complain. Or SUV. So I'm going to go ahead and get it jacked up, and I'll be right back with you. Well, now we're back, and we're under the car. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but right there, right here's the drain plug. It's a 1/2 inch. I'll put my extension on my 1/2 inch ratchet. Oh, make sure it's turning right. Yeah, it is. Oh, I break it? Oh, it came loose. Just on there fairly tight. My wife drives about 2 blocks a day. Oh, I'll take that back. We're 1.5 blocks away from where she works at. Oh, they put that this brace right in the way. There's some kind of arm. There comes the oil. We'll let that drain out. And it's a good idea to do the top oil cap, because then you're not getting no air bubbles and it flows right through. Boy, this stuff's dark. I like to change the oil at about every 3,000 miles. But it was only 3,200, but it's been in there for a while. Since the spring. Because she doesn't drive it that far. You know, maybe 6 blocks a day. Unless she has to go to the grocery store, but we usually do that on the weekend. There. Say the oil pan's getting full. We'll let that drain out. Sure, I'm catching all my drips. There's a better view of it. I don't mind this little engine. It lacks in power big time, and it doesn't, you know, in town you probably get lucky to get 13, 14 miles to the gallon. But when we went on a vacation, you know, I got 21 at one time. But then again, when you go into Minnesota, you know, most of the highways that we took were only 55 mile an hour. You know, yeah, it takes you a lot longer to get somewhere, but you're saving so much more on fuel. But here in South Dakota, it's 80 down I-90 or up and down on 220 or 29, and it'll drop it down to 11, 12 miles per gallon. But man, you're moving right along at 80. I don't think people realize how fast you're actually going at 80 mile an hour. If you crash, you're pretty much dead. Let that drain out the rest of the way so it's at a drip. right. It's going pretty slow. So I'm going to get this plug back up in there. And grab the 1/2-inch ratchet. Well, now I changed it up. I went and got a longer extension so I could reach it a little better. Maybe too long. Make sure I got my seal fitting on there pretty good. There we go. Give it a good snug. There we go. We'll leave that oil pan right there. I'll be back. Now, on this truck, or SUV, the oil filter's right there. You're gonna see that right there. But there's this little ramp right here. It's awfully nice. Because all the oil will drain off that ramp right into the pan. Now, I should be able to do this by hand. If not, we're going to have a problem. And I hope not. Yep. Should be only hand tight. There's the oil filter. All right, I'll be back with the new one. Now we got the filter off. We have the new filter up here. We haven't put it on yet. It is a Quaker State QS 3600. That is required for this make and model of vehicle. But before, and I'm using Quaker State regular oil too. I haven't been sold out on synthetic yet. I don't know why. I just use regular motor oil. It's a 5W30 weight. But before I put a new oil filter on, you can see there's a seal. And what I like to do is get a little oil on my finger and go around this seal. Get that all good and lubed up. That'll prevent cracking and leaking. All right, we oiled up our seal. Now we just got to get back up in there and put the oil filter on. You don't have to tighten these. You don't have to crank them on. You want them good and snug. If I can't turn it anymore by hand, that's good enough. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use this is a 4.7 liter V8 that Dodge makes. It's a small V8. What's nice is one of these containers, 4.73 liters. So it's usually this and a little more that you have to put in there. But this usually draws it pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling it in. Ooh, ooh. Hope I'm hitting the hole. And I don't throw these away. I'll put the old oil back in it and take it to my oil guy. He takes them right off my hands. For a while there, he wasn't getting paid for used oil, but now he is again, so he's more than happy to take it. It looks like it all went in. What we'll do is we'll close the cap. Set this off to the side. Need a little paper towel. Check the dipstick. Clean it all off. And I'll go ahead and I'll start the vehicle. Alright, after we ran it for a little bit, we're going to check it. I can't tell, I gotta do a dip and a pull and wipe, then dip. Where do you think it's at? I think it's right there. Right there. So it's going to need a little more. Probably about a half a quart. It usually is. It's usually that tub and about a half a quart more. Took off the cap again. And I add an extra quart. Always do. The nice thing is that this oil filter is the same oil filter that goes on our 318s and our pickups. A little more. That should do it. And I'll save this in case we have to add any. But I've never been low on oil, never really burnt it out of this engine. This has been a great little engine for us. I can't complain. Put the cap back on. There. And that is the 4.7 liter Dodge Durango 2006 oil change. Thanks for watching.